Well, hello friends. Mark Holmes here on School Summit Road in Woodbrige, Virginia. Right over here, about a half mile away, is Interstate 95, one of the busiest corridors in the United States. And here, right here, is where the Washington football team has put down basically a contract to purchase 200 acres of land where they propose to build the new command center for the Washington football team. Personally, I'm not sure that this is really what's going to happen. I believe that this is actually leverage. The reason being is if you know your history of what happened with the Washington football team, originally they actually tried to build in Alexandria, Virginia at Potomac Yards. They actually broke ground on the site. Unfortunately, the residents of Alexandria were like, not in our backyard. They then proceeded to actually get into negotiations with Richmond, Virginia. They even looked in a site that was in Dulles Airport, around Dulles Airport, eventually settling at FedEx Field. The problem with this site is there is Interstate 95, and that's it. Other than that, there really are no main ways to get into this area. There is no metro station. There's nothing as far as infrastructure to be able to put in the complex. And what the Washington Commanders propose is not just a football stadium. It will be a 365-day-a-year entertainment complex, building, shopping, and so forth area. It's my belief that this, my friends, is actually leverage to get a better deal in a different location. As they put it, they didn't actually put any money down on it. It is just basically, we're interested in buying, hold that spot for me. And what we have is them admitting that we are still looking at sites in Virginia, Maryland, and DC. Now, the District of Columbia, the main site that they would have would be RFK, which is actually federal lands, which put them into more regulations. DC's basically said, we don't want to put any money involved into this situation. One proposal from the state of Virginia is $350 million to help build the stadium. Maryland wants to rebuild at FedEx Field a new stadium there, and again, the same complex and so forth. I believe what Dan Snyder and the Washington Commanders are doing is they're using and saying, well, we'll go to Virginia to see if they can get a better deal from Maryland. We'll find out if we're right on this one, but it's just not the most conducive site to be able to bring in people for game days. Quite frankly, if they're going to be building in Virginia, better location, which already has the infrastructure, the interstate, the highways, the express lanes, and everything else, would actually be out by Dulles Airport. There are a few sites up in there, the Herndon Town Center or Dulles Town Center that's being built. There's a rock quarry that's being filled in. Perfect place to put a stadium. I say bury the Washington Commanders, but a perfect location to actually put the stadium because there's a metro stop there. There's Route 28. There's access to Interstate 66. There's Route 7. There's the airport, all the hotels and everything else that are already there for that location. We'll find out what happens in the next few years because they still have a lease with FedEx Field until 2027. I'm Mark Holmes, and I'll see you soon.